There seems to be a very mixed reaction to Dwyane Wade deciding to join the Cleveland Cavaliers. One part of this is that he did not sign with the Heat. So I think there's some people who just in general, not signing with the Heat, it rubs them the wrong way. And two, the other part of this is he signed with the Cavs of all teams. I get the sense that most people are more upset that he's opting to rejoin LeBron rather than him spurning the Heat. It's as if he had signed with the Spurs or the Thunder or anyone else, fans would be more accepting of his choice. For everyone who's upset that he is now back with LeBron, but in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform, let me put it to you this way. Dwyane Wade did the Miami Heat a favor. He did. Now, on the surface, losing out on a future Hall of Famer, the lost opportunity to mend fences and have a storybook reunion in Miami, this seems like a big defeat for the Heat. In reality, it's a blessing in disguise. Because I would ask you, how would he have fit in with this Miami Heat team? Would Wade have been willing to accept a role coming off the bench? He would have had to if he had signed with Miami. And this is just a snapshot of part of the reason why. But think about this. These stats will dictate why you can't remove Dwyane Wade from the starting lineup. First things first, the Heat 27-19 when he played last season, 14-22 when he didn't. 60% winning percentage when he plays. Another part of this is that Dwyane Wade, along with Goran Dragic, have this innate ability to consistently get to the basket, and it causes defenders to converge in the paint and creates a lot of open shots for teammates. Wader's 11.0 drives per game ranked 6th in the NBA. Dragic was 3rd with 11.9 per game. The two guards passed 44% of the time when they drove to the hoop, many of those resulting in baskets either for themselves or for others. And the Dragic-Waiters combination in the starting backcourt for the Heat, absolutely ideal complements. Both being able to do exactly what I just described, penetrate and kick or penetrate and score or draw fouls. Waiters shot a Heat best 43.4% on catch-and-shoot threes. Dragic had a hand in a bunch of those. And think about this, the second half of the season, when the Heat went 30-11, when Waiters was on the floor with Goran Dragic, the 200 minutes they played together, the Heat outscored teams by 51 points, or 12.2 points per 48 minutes. What's more, Miami shot an absurd 47.1% on threes when Waiters and Dragic were on the court together after the All-Star break. Best on the team when you consider that. And that can be attributed not only to their ability to drive and kick, but then also the fact that Miami can spread the floor with other shooters at the guard position, which I'll get to in a moment. And by the way, credit to Barry Jackson for some of those statistics from the Miami Herald. Does an excellent job. But stylistically, Wade doesn't fit with what the Heat have built. Offensively, they like to run and spread the floor, putting shooters on the perimeter while having an interchangeable mix of players who can penetrate and kick and knock down shots. They play complementary basketball. It's so fun to watch when it's working, and it certainly worked the second half of last season. Wade is a career 29% three-point shooter. That just doesn't mesh. It doesn't. And I'm not being critical. It's just the facts here. And we know that about Dwyane Wade, having seen him up close and personal for all those years. Additionally, his field goal percentage and overall efficiency ratings have been on the decline in recent years, which is to be expected for someone at this stage of his career. And that works against him when you imagine him joining the Heat. Also, he is a part-time defender at this point in his career. He can't be relied upon to play intense, hard-nosed defense on an every possession basis anymore. And on top of that, when you have a young, developing roster, would you rather play a 35-year-old Dwyane Wade and restrict and inhibit the progress and development of the young guards? Goran Dragic, yes, is 31, but everyone else is in their 20s. You got Waiters at 25, Richardson at 24, Tyler Johnson at 25, Wayne Ellington 29, Rodney McGruder 26. The answer is no, you would not bring Wade into that mix and inhibit the growth of those players. It wouldn't do the Heat organization any good to have him around thwarting the blossoming careers of Waiters, Richardson, and Johnson in particular, when his own career is not far from being over. And for those with the biggest issue with Wade isn't that he opted against the Miami reunion, but instead signed with the hated Cavaliers, right? That's what I hear a lot of. It's the Cavs, any other team, LeBron and the Cavs. Let me remind you of another South Florida sports luminary, Jason Taylor. Yes, the recently inducted Hall of Famer, who we all celebrated. rightfully so, when he got his bust in Canton. He was welcomed back after he voluntarily signed with the Jets, the despised, reviled New York Jets. But he came back and finished his career in the aqua and orange of the Miami Dolphins, and everyone embraced him. He's in the Hall of Fame now, and the Jets/Redskins part of his career feels like a footnote when you look at the grand scheme of what he accomplished on the football field, largely in a Dolphins uniform. At that time, the Jets were a better fit and offered JT an improved chance to win. If you remember, the New York Jets that year beat the Patriots in the playoffs and advanced to the AFC Championship game. So, when Dwyane Wade and the Cavaliers come to Miami for their only South Florida appearance this season, you don't automatically need to boo Wade when he's introduced. Reconsider those hard feelings. Wade has done the Miami Heat a favor by not signing here. Dwyane Wade not only did the Heat a favor, but he picked the right place with the perfect role for him. He still wants to try to win a championship. He's going to play with his best friend again in LeBron James. And there's no team in the Eastern Conference that gives him a better chance to contend for another ring. If he goes to any of those teams in the Western Conference, none of them are the Golden State Warriors. So you're only going to get so far. In the East, things are more wide open. He can play with somebody he's got a comfort level with and a genuine lifelong friendship with, and he has a great opportunity to get on the court right away, potentially as a starter, if not, probably the sixth man. We don't know how that's going to play out. But his role there is a significant one. His role with the Heat would be one where it was more of an honorary thing. We're happy to have him back, but oh, by the way, you can't beat out some of these younger guys who probably aren't going to the Hall of Fame, but right now are better for what the Heat are trying to do. So again, reconsider those hard feelings when Dwyane Wade comes to American Airlines Arena on March 27th of the upcoming season. Assuming he's healthy, assuming he's in the lineup, there's no need to boo him. He did great things for this organization, and this decision we should not hold against him now to join the Cavaliers. Don't get me wrong. After the introductions, when he's on the court in a Cavs uniform, boo all you want. Boo him and LeBron. And by all means, root against him during the game because you're still a Heat fan. But when you honor him pregame, do so with dignity and respect. That's the way I look at it. Because at the end of the day, his move to Cleveland is a blessing in disguise for this Heat organization.